Hello, welcome back to part 2 of this I believe essay. This video will look at how to actually write the essay. It should be pretty short and sweet and to the point. Let me get this set up. Alright, so as I said, this is video 2. The first step is to understand the style. It is a personal narrative, but it's a personal narrative that has a certain format. And you're going to get that format by going to the website and viewing a couple of the essays. So go to thisibelieve.org, choose at least 3 essays to listen to, and read along while you're listening, and then you brainstorm your belief and write it. Pretty simple. When you get to thisibelieve.org, which I'll actually go there in a second, you might feel overwhelmed. There are 90,000 essays. You can search for a particular person, or you can simply browse. I have a list here of recommended essays, but you could use any of the 90,000 that you find. So we have Jackie Robinson, first Major League African-American baseball player, Colin Powell, 4-star General Secretary of State, and Hispanic author Luis Alberto Urrea, Alaa El Sayed, 2009 Muslim high school student, Helen Keller, famous deaf and blind humanitarian, Tony Hawk, professional skateboarder who we looked at last time, Sarah Adams has a classic This I Believe essay, and Muhammad Ali, world championship boxer. But again, you can use any of those at all. So just go back here and review how to do that. It's thisibelieve.org. There we go. And again, you could explore any of these things. If you want to just start clicking around and finding one, you can go here where it says listen. Or if you know someone that you want to look into, you can type that in. Like say, for example, you wanted to see the Helen Keller one. Just type in Helen Keller, hit search, and what do you know, she appears, even though I spelled her name with too many L's. Alright, so again, her essay is here, and then you push the play button here, and it actually plays it. Always starts with an introduction, and then gets to the person talking. Okay, so that is that. Back to our PowerPoint. Okay, now as you're listening to them, I would like for you to do that with a purpose. That means that you are taking notes on the texts. You're looking for a couple of main things, and these notes will be turned in with your final project. Your note should answer these questions. What makes an effective lead? Lead is another word for like an attention getter, introductory sentence, that kind of thing. Usually they don't start with, I believe this. Usually there's like some kind of creative way. So look at what the 3 that you choose to do and just jot it down and make a note if you like it or not. What's the one thing that you like about the author's writing style? That is totally up to you, totally subjective. But it might help you figure out how you want to write yours. And then the inverse of that, what would you change about the author's writing style? You should take notes on your 3 mentor text. Like I said, you'll turn it in. Notes can be of any form whatsoever. It can be, if you like to outline, that's cool, whatever you want to do. If you want to do a Venn diagram with the circles, doesn't matter. I just really want to see that you're thinking about it before you start writing. And we'll see how your writing compares to what you saw as good examples. Alright, so once you've taken your notes, it's time to write. Start with a free write. A 5-minute free write is a great way to get your mind going on potential ways to take your story. And when I say 5-minute free write, I mean set a clock and go for 5 straight minutes. When your hand is sore, you keep going. You'll be surprised at how much creativity you can come up with if you just keep pushing yourself. Usually for me, it's right when my mind thinks I can't go any further where I start doing pretty smart things and thinking things that I wouldn't have thought possible. You have different options here for your free writing prompts. I got 5 of them. What has been the most challenging or rewarding moment of your life? Write about a situation where you didn't quite have the courage to take action in a situation when you felt you should. Start your prompt with this sentence. If there's one thing I've learned about life, it is. Write about changing your mind about something you were absolutely certain about. And the final one, can you think of someone who has taught you a valuable lesson about life? Write about that exact moment. Alright, so once you get to this point, hopefully your mind has been going. Maybe you've started writing something during your brainstorm, you want to keep carrying that on. Just brainstorm that out to get, your free write, and just brainstorm that free write out to get as many details like fine-tuned as possible. And then choose any method of brainstorming that you prefer. Some people like the idea web. Some people like just to list things out. That's kind of what I do. I just kind of throw it on the page, which you'll see in the next video. Outlining, etc., anything at all, as long as I'm saying that you are thinking through your writing before you start writing. For me, it works to pace around. I couldn't think of what I wanted to do for my This I Believe essay that I wrote, and I just brushed my teeth. I went and like looked out the window. I was just like walking around, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know, the blood started flowing and things started making sense. Then you will also turn this brainstorm in with your final folder. Really what I'm seeing here is that you know how to follow the writing process. And you should know the answer to these questions. You don't have to write this down anywhere unless you want to, but if I ask you, you should know who your audience is and why you've chosen this topic, belief, anecdote, or adventure. All right, once you have your brainstorm, you're going to organize your thoughts. You're going to start with a strong lead sentence or thought. You can think about what you liked from the ones you listened to, or you can create your own. And here's some ways to make a strong lead. Start with a question. When was the last time you had a meal? Start with a quotation. Be careful were the last words my father said to me. Start with a strong statement that, of course, you believe in, which I don't know if I believe in this, just kind of made it up. If you eat enough cabbage, you'll never get cancer. Start with a metaphor. My home was a prison before my mom met Tony. Description of a person or setting. Michael once mowed the lawns around Municipal Hall wearing a frilly apron, high heels, and nylons with a pillow stuffed under his sweater so he looked pregnant. After that, you should have a pretty good idea of where you're going. Just sketch out the order of events. It can just be like the little 2 words, 3 words about where you're going with each of your main ideas for each paragraph. All right, now that you're writing your belief, as long as it follows this criteria, you win, and I will sign off that you've met this competency. 400 to 600 words. Shouldn't be less than 400, could be a little more than 600, but not too much more. Captivating lead sentence or thought, logical structure, paper's gone through more than one draft and is of published quality, and you have MLA formatted heading, title, and page numbers, which I'll show you in the next video. Your finished product should be handed in to me inside of your Language Arts folder. Should include your free write, your notes from your mentor texts, your drafts that you went through, and your final publishable This I Believe essay. Alright, that's about it for the second video. The next one we'll actually be looking at a paper I wrote for my This I Believe essay and using it as a model text. Shut